I need your opinion in this video. Was this cheating? With trying to get my first win, you would think I'd avoid risking it all by cheating and going against the rules. Yes, me. And no, I didn't even inject my rear end with a needle or fill my body with VPO, jumping around calling myself Michael Armstrong. But with cameras on my bike, you might be shocked by this brazen, unethical and cheap move that I take in this late race attack. In fact, even I was shocked post-race to hear that somehow what I had done was entirely foolishly wrong. Convinced I cheated, some racers were so furious about it that they rushed the officials after the finish line to help influence the consequences that I apparently deserved. It clearly spiralled into chaos behind me as I attacked, but to truly grasp why this move upset a fair few racers, let me take you back to the pivotal events leading up to this move and what I revealed in the van beforehand. Trust me, you do not want to miss this one. Today is my 93rd race. I've done 92 races so far. I'm at Hillingdon. I've raced here a lot over the years. I've never had a win. I've had second places, third places, and I only need 5 points to get to Cat 2, but I don't want to leave Cat 3 without a win. So let's get into the video, let's get that win. I am mega determined today. I may have to throw the rule book straight out the window on this one. This guy here, his name is Nick. I'd never seen him before. All I knew about him was his NV wheels looked pretty sick, which was giving off some nice Poggy vibes. Poggy, if you don't know, he's the world champion. He recently won the world championships with an attack with 100 kilometers to go, and he went on his own solo. So for me, with Nick's NV wheels, he better be good because he's given off them Poggy vibes and he's made an instant rival in me. Coming into the second lap and Nick has nuked it off the front solo, he's actually attempting that Tadej Pogacar, aka Poggy move. You can't quite see, but that dot there, bothered because he's got 22 miles to go, 35 k's left. You see, these attacks rarely make it, and I'm wise to it. They're far more unsuccessful than they are successful, so am I bothered? Pace will pick up and he's got to survive a long time on his own. There's no way he's Poggy and he can go alone from 35 k's out solo. Half a lap later and the chase is on to try and get Nick. We are absolutely tearing it down the hill towards the clubhouse, over 35 miles an hour. And the last thing I want to do is miss out on a split or a winning break. So I come around this corner. I take this corner so sloppy. Oh my God. It's been a while since I've gone around that corner at above 35 mile an hour, and it's only the second lap. If you have ever taken a corner really sloppily before, click like to show me some support and that I'm not the only one. A few hundred meters later, and we come around this corner and I see 3 people going up the road. Believe it or not, that is not Nick. He is out of sight. I was tempted to get on this, but having used a bullet a minute ago to chase down the gaps on the downhill towards the clubhouse, I was mindful about wasting another bullet very early on. There's still over 30 k's left, and I've rarely been in breakaways at Hillingdon that are seen out to the line, but I keep this line open in case I want to try and shoot through and try and get to them. But in fact, for me, it's only happened once where I've got into a break, and I've raced here a lot. Usually it comes down to a sprint finish. Typically though, a break that wins tends to be the one I miss out on. I think we've all been there. And with that in mind, Rodney comes around the corner, well I think that's his name, and he decided to act on what I was thinking about. And at that point, we start to pick up the pace again to try and bring them 3 back. But you can see how much Rodney has gapped me here. There's a difference, thinking about it, probably about 50 meters straight away. I kid you not, if you hit the front riders with a lot of momentum, you will create a lot of space between you and them very quickly, just like he has. You can see down here, I'm having to put out a lot of effort. My heart rate's up at 189. And the fact he did it coming into the hill was perfect because it's hard for me to get back up to speed. And it's only a short hill that he has to roll over very quickly. But luckily I make it back on, and them riders have been brought back. Thank God, because I didn't want to miss out on a break. But the thing is, Nick is still up the road at this point. Rodney has regenerated already as I notice him slide up by me, and he sticks in another effort any second now. I'm not bothered by this one at all because it's more of an attack from the front, and it isn't hitting us with any momentum like he did before. So I know if I've noticed it, everyone else has, and it's a lot easier for everyone to jump on it whilst they hop on his wheel. It just means that I'll have to roll back a few wheels. But now he's tried to go again, and I know he's very game and feeling strong, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on him, or maybe even with him to get back to Nick. Either way, I've got to keep him on my radar. The good thing is though, him by doing this, he's keeping the speed high, so I'm still confident that Nick, aka Poggy, at the moment, who he thinks he is, won't make it solo. So he's got a long way to go still, and he's definitely not well taught. But as I say that, it's now 7 miles later, and Nick, aka Poggy, is still up the road. Ideally, I'd like to nip this in the bud now with Nick, because I'm here for one thing only, and that's to get a win to get my category 2 upgrade. So my plan is, if it slows down at the top of this hill, which it probably will, I'm going to try and send it again, and hopefully a few people will follow me to get a little group of us going to try and chain gang our way back to Nick. Turns out Rodney has sent off another flyer, his 3rd one, and I have a clear line to hit the front with some momentum so I can pick it up to join him. But if I get over to him, I don't really want anyone coming with us, so I just try and look calm so I don't create panic behind me and force people to chase me. However, I say that, but one person has actually managed to get on my wheel to join me. He attacked at the same time, I think, and we are now trying to get away as a 3-up rather than a 2-up with me and Rodney. But as we start coming down the straight, even though he's sticking a fair bit of effort in, he's not very aero. You can see his arms aren't in that 90-degree position, his head's not down, he's not in the drops, and I notice it straight away because I'm not having to put too much power out to hold his wheel. I'm doing like 150 watts there, and he's a bit of a parachute. Half a lap later, he flicks me through just here, and at this point I just think, nah, I'm not going to go drag anyone around because everyone is back on our wheel. So I just continue to sit on his wheel. It was a bit frustrating because we was getting dangerously slow. I know we're doing 27 mile an hour, but I just knew that Nick would be increasing his gap on us at this rate because whoever's on the front needs to be super aero and nailing it, because I know that he is, especially up that hill back there. We could have really done with someone attacking at this point to keep the speed high, but we end up doing a whole lap on his wheel. You could say I'm not contributing to the chase here to bring back Nick, but if I'm going to do that, I'll only do that with a break and not just pull everyone along for the sake of it. And with already being by the front, that's not really the best way to instigate a little break. 17.1 kilometers, 10.6 miles to go in this race, and I can sense my wind slipping away at this point. I'm getting a little bit frustrated. My mum and dad were watching the race, so I thought I'd ask them. Turns out he is 1 minute 10 up the road at this point. Literally, I was thinking this seriously sucks. The possibility that maybe he will succeed and maybe that he is Tadej Pogačar creeps into my head. 1 minute 10 with 10 miles left at Hillingdon is a hard task. So with that in my mind, I've got 2 things I need to do right now. Well, number 1, shoot a bullet to try and make it over to another break, and we have 4 or 5 of us rolling turns to try and get him back. Either I instigate one or I join a promising one, or number 2, accept that I may have to plan my move to settle for 2nd place and save myself for the finish if the above doesn't come to fruition. And there's 2 things I have to pray for right now. Number 1, pray hopefully that Nick blows up in incredible fashion, or number 2, he gets a puncture. Imagine that. However, them 2 things I can't control, so I have to attempt with the 2 things that I can do. But option 2 for 2nd place was a move I'd need to perfect if we don't get Nick back. That could be ruined by blowing a bullet with option 1 by nailing a break and opting to light myself up in doing so. But option 2, going for 2nd place, would look like this. Now, the last time I was here, I came 2nd or 3rd from the peloton on a solo attack I'd done with 1.5 laps to go. The move was to nail it down here by the clubhouse as they all sit up and start slowing themselves up with 3 laps to go, saving themselves for the final sprint. Why was this so successful for me last time I was here? Well, because with less than 3 laps to go, people started to think about saving energy, and they don't want to be pulling people along or working hard before the sprint in the final lap. But my first option I have to try is number 1, to try and go for the win. I've got to instigate a break or get in a break if I'm still to get a win here. So here it is. There is another attack going up the road, and with my odds running low on the win, I decided to shoot another bullet at hoping to get down that 1 minute 10 that Nick has got, which is actually probably even bigger than 1 minute 10 now. So I'm coming down here, and if I'm to get away, I really need to make the most of these people trying to do the same right now who are in front of me. So I get on the wheel, I chase down these wheels to this dude here called Dave, but again, at the end of the lap, it sits up. Probably because of the dude on the left trying to join in on the race. My heart rate was at 189 beats per minute now, Another massive effort wasted, which means further attempts will be weaker and less effective. 7.5 miles left. Have we left it too late? Now we're 6.8 miles left with 11 kilometres to go. Attempt at option 1 already failed, and as I say that, Rodney sends in again another absolute screamer of an attack, and I totally miss it. The speed difference meant I just couldn't jump onto his wheel, and that is what a great attack looks like. Now that is an attack that I need to be on. It would have been fantastic to re-attempt option 1 with him right now, but I just didn't get on his wheel. I'm dying inside because I want to chase it, but I don't want to spike up again to get on his wheel. I've just blown a gasket in my last attack, and I need someone else to go and chase that down. He went, but I was nowhere near him either to get on his wheel, and so I'm just praying that everyone picks this back up. I'm literally begging everyone in my head to please pick up the pace so that we can all get back to Rodney, but nothing is really happening. It's picked up a little bit, but coming through these S-bends, I've decided something. I've decided if they don't kick up, I'm going to shoot my shot again, because I know if I can catch Rodney, he's as game as it gets. The gap begins to open up at the top of the hill here, so I whack on the power to hit the front with momentum again and take no one with me this time. This is it. I have to go. I could have sat on the wheel here, but I just didn't want to hang around. I just needed to get away. I'm thinking if I can make these 3, we can work together as a 4, and 4 working neatly together would be perfect, because 4 of us versus 1 Nick, surely we can be travelling faster than that. Now rather than sit up as we get to them, this guy here has the perfect attitude, and just to keep it rolling, we've got a gap, and as we get to Rodney, who's been away for a lap, I definitely want him in this break, as he's an absolute workhorse. He's shown it throughout this race. So I give him a warning as we approach him to make sure he has enough time to jump on us. I'm full on committed to it at this point. I'm ready to throw my race away and die trying to get back Nick, try dying to get this win. I might be dead if I do get to him, but the dream of the win would actually still be alive, because I'm actually at the front of the race with him at that point. And maybe I'll be able to rely on some sort of adrenaline boost if I do make it. Now if this doesn't work, there's a chance not only do I have to settle for second, but imagine if Nick's 1 minute 10 somehow going even further out and he laps us. After all, it's a 2-minute lap here, and last time I checked about 5 miles ago, he was 1 minute 10 up on us. But surely there is more chance of him getting a puncture or blowing up right now. However, the only person about to blow up by looks is me, because my heart rate is at 193 beats per minute. And I've just done a long pull there. They've come round me and they've started mucking about. What are they doing? They've lost the line. So this guy here, Dave, he gets back on the front. He gets nice and aero, but we're doing 31 mile an hour, even though we're going quickly. Earlier in the race, I was taking this corner at 35, 36. So mucking around at the top of that hill really did us no favours in that little moment there. Let's get Nick. Dave is just on a turn. But with a couple of people not pulling properly, I just pull again and pour my heart and soul back into it. I elbow back through as I come up here, and we start to get going and get efficient. This guy comes round me, and I've done a big lap here. I need this to work. I'm praying no one screws this chase up and we work well for the following lap. 5 minutes later, I pull through and then I elbow through, but for some stupid reason, someone has dropped this guy's wheel right here. What are they playing at? Like, just hold the wheel and let it roll nicely. I'm not the one to bring him back now. In my head, I was fuming. What another waste of a hopeful break. Why would you just lose his wheel when we're running efficiently as a 4 or 5? Frustrating. If you can feel my frustration right now, click the subscribe button. But I'm not chasing him back. And look at him. He is just literally rolled off the front of us. That guy is getting away up the road, and I'm really hoping someone else picks up the pace, because I just did a pull prior to him going, so I'm a little bit gassed out from that effort. If he gets away, that is really going to suck, as we don't have that much longer left. It picks up, we start to chase, but oh man, that really was not needed. Now watch my left. This was the moment that my heart sunk. Mid-race, right by the end, Nick has lapped us. I was in so much disbelief, I had to ask. I was gutted. I knew the race was over for the win. What a monster. No bucking about. He gets straight back on the front and even strung us all back out again. Absolutely fair play to him. What an animal. He is maybe Teddy Pogacar of the Cat 3 in the UK right now. Look how strung out we are. I had a nose at the speed data, which I'll show you at the end of this video, because my first thought post-race was, I wonder how fast he's been going to do that compared to what our speed is. So at the end of this race, I will show you how fast he was going compared to us in the peloton. So now in my head, I had to revert back to my option 2, which was just to get ready for my final move in the final 3 laps to go for second place. When they slow down, which was to absolutely whack it so I can get a gap, avoid the sprint, and just go for it. It's now time to secure Cat 2 with a second place now. Now this is the magic moment that things begin to happen for me, and also the moment that caused so much controversy. We're half a lap later, we're coming down the hill, I'm coasting, and I've been in the wheels for a lap or so now, so I was feeling recovered. But as we come down, I look around the corner and I noticed just a slight gap between Nick and whoever was second wheel. In fact, it was substantial. And then what I just needed to happen happens. They slow up on the front, which was my sign to absolutely send it, as I do not want to sprint. So I want second place right now. I started picking up as a few people on my right go round and come round me. They've seen it too. They have the same idea. And I just go. I do not even care about them trying to go with me. I've got no intention of using this guy here. I am one man for himself now. Believe it or not, this was the controversial point, because post-race I was told from the racers at the front who were upset with this that we decided to let him go so we can get on with the peloton's race. I didn't know this, but obviously, even if I did know this, do I care? No, because I'm racing my own race. I've gone round Nick right here, so I'm not using him at all. They slow up with 3 laps to go and want to start playing games. As far as I'm concerned, see you later. They can't dictate what they want everyone else to do to suit them. So if they want to lose the wheel and wait for a sprint instead, that's their choice, not mine. I'm not here to muck about. I'm here to get a result and not risk my life in a sprint where a win is not even possible. I've already been lapped. And to be honest, I didn't come here to be lapped. They might be happy with being lapped, and at this point I'm happy to accept it, but losing the wheel, I'm not happy to be lapped. Hill here is absolutely killing me getting up it. I have to whack it up it. My heart rate is at 193. I look behind and Nick is on my wheel. Fair play. So I get to the top, and you know what I do? I just let him roll through. My heart rate is at 193, 194 beats per minute with a lap and a half to go, and I'm in pain. Now this is where some of the racers thought I was cheating, because post-race they asked the commissaires, aka the referee, if what I did was allowed. And I'll get to what the commissaire said in just a minute, but do you know what? Why would this be cheating? Because that would mean that the lap prior to this, when Nick was on the front and the whole peloton was sat on his wheel, following him around for an entire lap, technically that would be cheating as well. So it was okay when everyone else was holding his wheel. It was just cheating. It wasn't cheating then, was it? It was only cheating when I did it, apparently. A few people just got their knickers in a twist and threw their toys straight out the can. So if they thought I was cheating just by holding his wheel like they did, but like I said, I'll get to that at the end of the race and you can see if I get disqualified for cheating or not. So as I'm following, I'm still paranoid that they're going to chase us back. So I'm still on the front, absolutely burying it right now. Heart rate is now at 195 beats per minute. Rather than sit on his wheel for a free ride, which I have to admit would be a bit unsportsmanlike, I pull turns and continue to bury myself like I'm doing right now. But even if I did that and sat on his wheel for an entire lap, like I said, that's exactly what they had done in the lap before. So at least I was sharing turns with this guy, which no one else was prepared to do when he was just rolling everyone around on the front in the previous lap. I'm doing, I don't know, 27, 28, 29 mile an hour here. I just whacked it up that hill again. And believe it or not, this is not a free ride. And he literally just gapped me coming up the top of that hill, and I've just quickly chased back onto his wheel again. Absolutely mental, the strength of Nick. So absolutely fair play to him. He's a beast. And I remember coming down to the clubhouse here and thinking, there's no way they can get me now, because I looked behind and they just weren't there. I was out of sight, and yeah, I was chuffed with this. As we come to the line, I do not want to ruin Nick's deserving first place photo, So gritting through my teeth rather than sprint, I let him slightly lap me as we get to the line, so it looks like he definitely won for the photo. It would have been a bit cheeky me just pulling out in front of him. So I get into second place, which is where I think I have come, which I don't know yet, because all the stuff after the race, you know, people were upset. And then also I will take you through his speed data.
Well done, you did it.
Finally.
Yeah.
Shame it wasn't a win, but oh well.
He was
You got third.
I got second then.
Third?
Third?
Third, yeah.
There was that guy in the yellow.
He was a lap in front of all you lot.
Over there with the dog.
Oh, what?
He was a lap in front. He caught you all up and got...
When I went round here, he
Yeah.
came past me, I was like, you're not done. I got third.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got a
Yeah.
prize. I need to go see what I've
The
got.
second mate is only just finished.
Oh, that's annoying.
Well done,
I thought I
though.
was second. Oh, well. Oh, well, podium.
Oh, well
Cat
done.
2 now.
That's what I just said to him. That was what he was after.
Happy with that. I needed fifth or more.
Yes.
So,
You've done it.
yeah.
That was
Alright.
so exciting.
I really wanted to win to get out of Cat 3 though. But when he went, I was like,
He was, well, no,
he was
when,
gone. I was watching him.
Yeah, when you said how far, whatever.
Yeah.
How far?
He
He
was
was
over a
1 minute
minute.
10 seconds in front of you lot.
At that point.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, well, fair enough.
And then the guy
Good
again.
for him.
Yeah.
So I got third.
Yeah, yeah.
And it turns out the Is That Allowed Brigade got told what I did was no problem and I got third place. I did not get disqualified. I didn't even know any of this until after I got my podium and was getting ready to take my bike back to the van, but one of them was still so rattled by it that they actually had to pipe up to me. Now, nothing beats listening to a couple of bad losers get so upset about something that it eats them up inside to the point they actually have to tell you. They said, we asked the commissaires if what you did was allowed. They've been lapped and are now embarrassingly telling me that they had an issue with my attack for third place. They couldn't even keep it to themselves. My response was quite simple. I'm not here to get lapped. I really wanted to go out with a win. I came here to get a win, not get bloody lapped. Then I've got people moaning at me. As the saying goes, you can't win them all. Funny that. And let me know what you think about what I did in that race in the comments below. It'd be really interesting to see everyone's opinion. Nick's data, well, he was going about 2 kilometers an hour faster than us, as you can see. So if you're watching this, Nick, absolutely fair play to you, mate. I tip my hat off to you. I'm now category 2. The next race I'm about to post up on the channel is the E12 race, which is another level up from this. And the question is, do I end up getting dropped in this next level up? Because the next level up, oh my, it is so much harder. Click here to watch it. If it's not up yet, just subscribe to the channel to be notified when I upload it, and watch this video in the meantime.